Welcome back to another edition of the Prospect Profile, a mini-series we do here within the Kansas City Royals franchise. We go over top prospects from AA Northwest Arkansas up to AAA Omaha. Last time we were down in AA to go over infield prospect Cody Escalona, and now we're going to be staying down in AA Northwest Arkansas to go over outfield prospect Gustavo Rodriguez. Rodriguez is an outfielder, like I said. He's listed as a left fielder, but he plays a lot of center field for us. He can also play a bit of right field. He is a right-handed bat, right-handed throw. He stands 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. He is from the Dominican Republic, and he was acquired by us in the Mike Moustakas to Cincinnati trade, where we gave them him, and in return, the main pieces we got back were Pavin Smith, who is now obviously our starting first baseman, Gustavo Rodriguez, and then we got a starting pitcher who is no longer with the team. He was just a throw-in that we had in the deal that was in our minor league system last year and now was not re-signed. And it is important to note that Gustavo Rodriguez, this Gustavo Rodriguez we have, is not a real player in real life, but if you do Google Gustavo Rodriguez, you will get a search result for a current prospect with the St. Louis Cardinals, who very coincidentally is the same exact age. He would be 22 in 2021, and he's also from the Dominican Republic, and he's also a outfielder, but it is a different player. Trust me on this, I have looked it up, and also this Gustavo Rodriguez in-game, I edit players' appearances so they don't look like complete morons, especially people who are fake players in this game, because MLB The Show has a tendency to give them a long sleeve, like a lot of players wear. Well, they'll have one, like, shooting sleeve type thing, but MLB The Show will give them, like, the long, baggy sleeve, and then, like, the other one is, like, 3/4, and they'll be, like, a Mexican guy with, like, a white dude bowl cut. That's basically what Gustavo Rodriguez looked like. I had to make him look not dumb, so that's how you can tell, also, because they're not similar sizes. And also, this Gustavo Rodriguez is very highly touted. In real life, the Gustavo Rodriguez with the Cardinals, not highly touted at all. And like I said, this Gustavo Rodriguez is highly touted. He is a 69 overall, A potential already as it stands. But even though he is almost a 70 overall, he is still pretty raw, especially at the plate. His hitting ratings are all really about the same. He's got a 46 contact versus righties, 48 versus lefties, and then a 50 and 51 power, with a 52 vision and 57 discipline, so they're all about the same. And with a lot of prospects like this, where they have these, like, high 40s, low 50s, all about the same attributes, they could really go one way or the other. Like, fast forward 2 years from now, Gustavo Rodriguez could be like a Ryan Schimpf. Like, he could just be a guy who cranks out a bunch of home runs but doesn't hit for a high average. He could be a guy who's not going to get on base a lot. We really don't know, because it all really depends on what he does in the minor leagues and what attributes get affected by what he does in the minor leagues. Because right now, I highly doubt that all these stats are going to keep on the same pace. So let's just say 2 years from now, he's like a 74 contact both ways and, like, still like maybe like a 55 power. Or it could be the complete opposite. Or he could fizzle out and not be what we expect him to be. So Gustavo Rodriguez still very raw. There's still a lot of question marks of what kind of player he's going to be. But the one thing you can say for sure about Gustavo is that speed does not slump, and Gustavo Rodriguez is very fast. He's got 75 speed, 79 stealing, 89 base running aggression. This guy is a demon on the base path. He's going to be swiping bags left and right. And then also his speed is definitely going to help him in the outfield, because even though he only has 56 reaction and 65 fielding, that speed is going to help him make up for that below average reaction rating. And then his arm is okay. He's got a 62 arm strength, but only a 42 arm accuracy, or is that a 47? I can't really read that. It's far away from my face right now. But he's not the best fielder. It's a decent fielder. He's got a decent bat as it stands right now. Like I said, Gustavo is still very raw, but he is very fast. So even though Gustavo Rodriguez is very raw, I would say he's about 2 years away from the major leagues. We've got multiple guys who are above him on the depth chart as far as it goes, guys that we're looking at in the minors to make it to the major leagues before him, guys like Elier Hernandez, Anthony Jimenez, who we just signed this past offseason from the Mariners, and then also DeAndre House, who will be getting the next prospect profile. But even though those guys are all currently above him in the depth chart and the rankings to get to the major leagues, I would say that Gustavo Rodriguez in a 2, maybe 3 years definitely has the potential to be better than all of those guys, especially with his A potential. If he tears the minor leagues, those attributes are going to skyrocket, and he's probably going to be a pretty good player. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Prospect Profile of outfield prospect Gustavo Rodriguez down in Northwest Arkansas, AA. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.